All right guys, what's up? Welcome back and welcome to the channel. So what we got going on today is I'm actually going to go over, in my opinion, some of the top mods and best mods to do to the 04 to 08 F-150s. Now mine is a 07. If you haven't seen anything on this truck, feel free to click on my channel, check it out. I've got a lot of different mods I put on it, but hey, we're going to start out with the wheels and tires. So you can do anything you want. You can put it on bead locks, 17s and 35s, 17s and 33s, 20s and 33s, however you want to do it, guys. You can do whatever you want. You can make them wide, you can make them skinny, make them tall, however you want them. I went with 2019 Platinum stocks with 35, 12, 50, 20 tires on them. It's a look I really like. I've always preferred that more factory, but just clean look. You know, something that everybody can appreciate, whether it's an old guy sitting at the store when you pull up and he tells you got a nice truck, or if it's a young kid, be like, man, the truck's pretty clean. Something I've always liked, but hey, it's something to think about. So what we got going on in the back here, you can see that right there is a 3-inch drop shackle. So that's why it sits a little bit lower in the back compared to the front. And up front, I actually have a 2.5-inch puck lift. It's gonna be right there. And I have Detroit axle heavy duty coils, coilovers, springs, whatever you wanna call them. That's what I've got. As far as suspension and wheel and tire setup, I mean, I'm happy with it. If you want to fit 37s, 38s, I mean, if you want to go that big, 4-inch lift, I know Rough Country, BDS, all of them, they all make a lift for these trucks. They're pretty expensive. That's one reason why I haven't gone with it. Plus, I don't know, I feel like you lose a lot of drivability in a lifted truck. There's a lot of people that love driving them, that's great. I've just never liked it, it's not my style, so this truck will probably stay level for its lifetime, which is cool. Y'all do whatever. But hey guys, we're gonna move on to the lights right here. This is one thing I would definitely upgrade super quick on these trucks. So the halogen bulbs they're not great. The light output on them is terrible, and you may not think that at first. You may be like, oh man, my lights ain't that bad, and that's cool. Get you some LEDs, HIDs, whatever your preference is on aftermarket lighting, slap them in there, and then go back to your factory lights after about a week. So it actually happened to me. I had HIDs and they went out and I had to go back to stock, and man, I didn't know how I was seeing anything through stock bulbs. But I have Morimoto H13s. I got the Elite kit. That's what I got up in my high beams and low beams since they're a single bulb. And I've also got the fog lights. Love them. They're great. Never had any issues out of them. Moving on to the lighting still, or keeping with lighting. I have a 32-inch light bar on my bumper. Now, a lot of people ask me how I have it perfect in the bumper, you know, fill up that perfect slot. And if you look at the tow hooks right here, they're in the bottom of your frame horns. So all I did when I had the bumper off for paint, I just slapped my light bar on top of the frame horns right there, no issues, good to go. We're gonna keep walking around the truck here. We're gonna go to a couple of aesthetic or style things. And one big thing is the emblems. So these emblems are off a 15 to 17 or 15 to 20 F-150. It's just a new style emblem. So if you take your factory emblem off, you're gonna have 3 holes behind there, because I really wanted a debadged F-150. Kind of hard to do when you gotta go through a lot more work to fill up the holes in the fender. So I had to go with a badge, so I chose this one. It still keeps the King Ranch logo, which this truck is a King Ranch if you didn't know. Something I like, but hey guys, you can slap, they make the Lariat ones XLT. They make all of them in this style, and they also, the 09 through 14 emblems will work as well. And these mirrors actually came off a 09 to 14 truck. It's something I really like. They made the truck look a little bit more aggressive, and to me, they just kind of add some style points. But hey guys, we're gonna walk around to the back side of the truck here, and we're gonna try and get up under it real quick. It's gonna be kind of hard with the tires. One thing I recommend, as you can see it right there, is an exhaust. You can go as loud or as quiet as you want. I do recommend keeping the cats on there. I mean, most states you have to have them anyway, but the truck just doesn't sound good to me. Straight pipe with no cats. But hey, if you're in Carolina, do what you want, boys. But we're gonna walk around, because we're gonna talk about something I really enjoy. That's gonna be, sorry guys, I got some college books in the way, the sound system here. So I've got 2 12s in the back. So 2 12s powered by a power acoustic head unit. And I also have a Rockville amp, and it's actually gonna be behind that seat right there. So a lot of people put them under your passenger seat or under your driver's seat. I feel like they get kicked. I feel like as many people as I do have riding the back of my truck, they would kick or step on the amp, and that's just not something I really want to happen. I mean, it's not a hard fix. I guess if somebody did kick on it, pull the wire out, but it's just not something you want to happen a lot. So that's one thing to think about. I did put mine beside the motor. to the left of the motor if you're looking at the back seat. So I have a sliding back glass, so the motor actually sits right below the back glass. So I put mine beside it, no big deal. If you have a sliding back glass, don't worry, you still have space back there. It's not a huge amp, it's kind of a smaller amp, but it definitely does enough for me. It puts out a lot of power to those 212s, and I actually run my bass knob in here in the ashtray. So when you run your remote all the way up, you just run it across the bottom right there, and you can just pull it right in the back of this ashtray, because you're going to pull this out anyway to get to your head unit. Not really a huge deal. And while we're on the subject of sound, I want to talk about the speakers. If you go with an aftermarket head unit, chances are it's going to push your factory speakers. Even if you have a Lariat or a King Ranch, we come with a little bit better speakers. It's going to push them to the limits. They're going to distort a little bit. I think on this certain radio, I think it's 25 and up, I started seeing distortion. Not really a huge deal. I got some Rockford Fosgates up front, and I got some kickers in the back. And I think I like the kickers a little bit more than I do the Rockfords. I do have the base model of both. Like, they're not super expensive speakers, so, and they handle about the same power rating before anybody says that they're not made for it. I think they're both. I think this radio puts out 300 watts for 4 channels, so 300 or 75 watts per speaker. I think that's about what they're power rated at, because I didn't want to overload speakers and blow them. But hey guys, enough on that. I think the next mod we need to talk about is some window tint. So that's something I would put on any truck. You don't have to go as dark as I did. And now, granted, it doesn't look very dark from the inside, but on the outside, it's like a mirror. So I've got 35 down the windshield with a 5% strip. And I've also got 5% all the way around the sides here. So if anybody's going, you don't have to get it as dark as I can. 20% on the front windows will match the factory tint on the back. That's what I would do. It looked great on my truck for a long time. I really enjoyed it. But if you guys want to go darker, by all means do it. If you can get away with it in your state, I would definitely recommend some windshield tint. So if you're going to the tint shop and you want a strip, I think the perfect place to get it is at the bottom of this grab handle right here. I think it's a perfect place. I think it's 16 inches from the top all the way down, but it's perfect in like eye level. So if I lean back right here, it's not in my eyesight. I'm holding the camera perfect with my eyesight right now. It's just above it. It's something that it's one thing that I've always enjoyed about the truck after I got it done. I love it. Keeps the sun out of your eyes, and especially with the windshield tint down the window the rest of the way too. It definitely helps block the sun, keep it out. And I think one of the last things I want to talk about is something that you can do in truck, car, anything you want, is a radar detector. If you're like me, your foot gets a little heavy sometimes, and tickets start costing quite a bit more than some truck parts every now and then. So hey guys, if you thought about getting one, I would just go ahead and bite the bullet. I don't care if it's a cheap one, expensive one, whatever. I'd grab one. But hey guys, if y'all think of any more mods, or can think of any mods that somebody else might want to do to their truck, just let me know. I got one more for you guys, and then I'll let y'all go. Because guys, we got a stubby antenna. That's one thing I've always loved putting on these trucks, is seeing on these trucks. Even the 09s through 14, they look great. But hey guys, any more mods, drop them down in the comments. If you like the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and make sure to stick around. We got some more mods coming soon.